Now the NFC's leading rusher a season ago. Here's Saquon Barkley.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Boy, I tell you, the schedule makers got it right here in Week 1. A lot of great games today. And another Buffalo and the Jets right here in this very stadium tomorrow night. Won't that be fun? But of these two teams, Charles, Giants and Cowboys, which one do you think is the bigger threat to Philadelphia in the NFC East?
As we start here right now, it's got to be Dallas. How explosive are they offensively? Extremely. And on the defensive side of the ball, they take it away from teams. But don't count out the Giants. Their defense, they get after you with a lot of pressure. If their quarterback continues to grow, look out.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 30. 45 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
Well, that's one of the main responsibilities of a safety in any defense. A long way downfield before he's able to corral him, but that's why you have him on the field, the last line of defense.
He made the play. I don't know if it'll be remembered. They're probably so mad that the run went for that long.
Wonder if they were thinking pass in that situation as opposed to run and being caught a little bit out of position. Fortunately, he's able to track him down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Gold cutter, gold cutter, gold cutter. Ladybug, 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 ladybug.
Now Jones.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Eluding the pressure right. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Now a man who's taken the reins with the Cowboys, it's Tony Pollard.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Prescott.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Pollard will take it up the gut.
And just shouting him off, evades the tackler, and now some space.
He may go.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 67 yards.
And the Cowboys are on the board here first in the season opener.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0? Like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear. Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
A yard all they need, but it's third down.
Goldfish, goldfish.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
A gain of only a yard.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. Kavontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
This is brought in at the 21. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Here's Prescott.
Man open downfield is Gallup. He's got it.
That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Off the play fake, Prescott under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. On play action, Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Cowboys 14. Giants nothing.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Go north salad. Go north salad.
Throwing Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
Goldfish. 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 Adriana Lima.
Back to throw. Jones.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Now Dak, he wants to change the play. They go back to Pollard on second down.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Prescott.
They'll drop this underneath to Pollard, and he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Prescott.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd and goal, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Apple, 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 apple.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger
from 6 yards away.
And the Giants are back within a score.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. Under pressure, they got him again. Jalen Smith now with his second sack here on opening night. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Rita. Jump right, Pacino.
On first down, Jones.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Here we go, hey.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Jones looking to change the play.
Gold Cyclone.
Now Jones, off play action.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back at their own 17. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 on Giants touchdown.
Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick 6 ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had an open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And a moment here to recognize a nice milestone for Dak Prescott. That last throw puts him over 25,000 yards passing for his career. Not too bad for a fourth-round pick. And congratulations to Dak on what has been a solid career thus far.
This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Prescott now.
Slant pass, it's Ferguson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Prescott to throw it.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead.
Wide shift to Cruz. Cruz. Dom Capers.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw here.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
CD with the catch, of course, coming off of a monstrous 2022 with the Cowboys. 5th in the league in catches, 6th in yards, and took that jump from being a star to one of the league's elite wide receivers.
Running right, it's Pollard.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Tony Pollard
with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Cowboys take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Jones looking to throw on 2nd down.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Okay, 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Detroit.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On 1st and 10, Jones. And now here's another interception.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
There we go, kill, at 47. Kill. 26.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Wow, 185 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10.
There we go, 47. There we go, 46. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. He's got his man. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 50 yards.
And the Cowboys are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
That was a pretty impressive touchdown play. Those broken tackles, those weren't easy to get by.
No, they really weren't. And they've had trouble tackling throughout this ball game. But on this particular play, how about that move? Or I should say moves with an S. Because I don't care if you're a great tackler. You had trouble getting him on the ground on that play.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Detroit. Timberland. Up, go.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, rush coming, and he's taken down.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
An audible here to get a new look.
Click right. Hey, alert.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott rolling to his right.
That is caught by Lamb.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
They'll run with Pollard.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Prescott.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Pollard going to try the right side. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
Boy, 192 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, and got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So this fan's just kind of beside themselves right now.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Jones. The 20. 5. Touchdown Giants. Darius Slayton, 47 yards.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Giants 21.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Here's Jones. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
And that's going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
What are you doing? Okay, here we go.
Here's 1st and 10.
South salad! South salad! South salad!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Jones going to change it up here.
Detroit Johnson! Detroit Johnson!
Now Jones to throw on 2nd down. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time it yields a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
Taken in at the 22. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
They run with a rookie from K-State, Deuce Vaughn. Now he's free to midfield.
And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Staying on the ground with Vaughn. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
45 yards on the ground for him so far.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Now Prescott. And Cooks hands it over the middle.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that.
It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
That's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
Who was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Here we go, here we go.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Cowboys, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.